too.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
What? Hello, TenZ back with another episode on comparing Valorant and CSGO, and today we'll be talking about the movement. So sound is very important in Valorant, and the three different types of movement: running, walking, and crouching. Running makes a lot of noise, shift walking makes no noise, and crouching makes no noise as well. So you'd mostly want to shift walk most of the time, but situationally you can crouch as well to kind of get around quietly. And if you see on the map right here, this circle outside my character is actually the range at which enemies can hear me, or where I can hear enemies when I'm running. So if you're full running, this is where they can hear you, inside this circle. But in Counter-Strike, you won't see it, but I would say like approximately right here, you'd be able to hear these footsteps from B doors or in sight. Just like in CSGO, when you have your knife out, this is when you're the fastest. Next up is the pistols, and then the SMGs, the ARs, and then the heaviest are the operators and the machine guns. So these you have the slowest movement speed on. So just like in CSGO and Valorant, you can actually bunny hop, but in this game you don't actually gain momentum like in CSGO. You just kind of keep it. And a cool way to little thing that you can do to improve your movement is there's actually a movement course on the side of the map that you can run through, and this will help you just improve your movement. Bunny hopping in Counter-Strike, I would say, is a lot harder than in Valorant, but you're actually able to gain momentum instead of just keeping it. So let's say you wanted to increase your speed, you can actually bunny hop to kind of get further than you're supposed to and get to places faster. Strafing in Counter-Strike, what you do is you run forward and you press a direction as you're jumping to kind of change your direction in midair. And it's really useful to chain together strafes to bunny hop. Bunny hopping is a string of jumps that as soon as you land, you instantly jump to keep your momentum. And right now I'm not even holding W as I'm jumping. I am just currently just jumping while holding my A and D keys to kind of steer my direction. A lot of people that come from CS bind their jump to their scroll wheel so they can string together jumps a lot more consistently than tapping spacebar as soon as you land. One of the big things in Valorant, just like in CSGO, is if you're jumping out like a window, for example, and you're not cautious of where you're landing and you jump a little bit too far, you'll actually take fall damage, and that can possibly kill you.
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
What? The fall damage in Counter-Strike is very similar to Valorant, where if you fall like a considerable distance, you're going to take a lot of damage, and the higher you fall, the more damage you're going to take, and you're able just to kind of fall to your death in this game. So something that you'll see in Counter-Strike is when you're on a ladder, your accuracy is really, really bad. Currently in Valorant, when you're on a zip line, your bullets are 100% accurate, but I believe that they're going to fix that, and I think that's just a bug currently. Similar to Counter-Strike, when you are running, your gun is very inaccurate compared to when you're standing still. So if you want to make sure your shots hit, make sure you're standing still when you're shooting your gun, or else your bullets are going to be not perfectly accurate. So any CS players, you'll know about counter-strafing, and counter-strafing is moving left and right and shooting as soon as you are standing still when you're like pressing the other direction. So as soon as you are moving one direction, you press the other direction. There's gonna be a small little time frame when your bullet's accurate. So in Valorant though, counter-strafing isn't as much important because when you're holding D and you let go, or you're holding A and letting go, your character can instantly stop, so you can actually get away without counter-strafing. Boosting a teammate or being boosted in CSGO is very important, but currently you're not supposed to be able to in Valorant, but there is an exploit going on where you can boost your teammate. But most of the time, you'd have to use your ability to jump up to spots, like if you're Jet or Raze, etc. That basically sums up the movement in both games. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you tune into our episodes comparing the gun mechanics and abilities versus utilities in Valorant and CSGO. Thanks for watching.
Oh! Oh, amazing! Make sure to subscribe, boys. Subscribe.